Good morning, NY Yankee Mania fans. How is everybody doing today? Do you have your coffee? As always, what do you think? It's my Lavazza black coffee when I talk to you guys. How's everything going? I hope you had a nice night. We all did with the way the Yankees played yesterday, nip and tuck. But then, of course, Captain Everything came through, and the Yankees became won that series 2 out of 3. So we're very, very happy about that. We do have some good news for the weekend weather. It's gotten a lot better. So it definitely looks like all 3 games will be played on time and in a good fashion. So that's good. It could go up as high as 73. And the weekend, the Sunday night game will be as low as 55 in the nighttime. So very comfortable. And Yankees are ready to go. I'm sure they got some pit in there. They got some boiling parts in their system right now from losing every game of the Subway Series last year. So we'll get all into that. I want to say good morning to CT Cards, Jeff, Jacob Petruzzi, Ken, and 2 of them are in the background ready to come up as co-hosts this morning. And Real Bill, how you doing, man? How's it going? Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. You see on the bottom there, press the like button and subscribe to NY Yankee Mania. I will leave that there. Like this is just easier than keep saying it all the time, and that gets monotonous. So it's just real easy to just see the little stream. Good morning, Desiree. How you doing? Hope you're feeling well. I'm sure you loved the game yesterday. Hopefully everything is good. And do we have our coffee? Do we have our bagels? And is everybody getting ready for the big weekend series? All right, let me bring up CT Cards as our co-host every morning. Thank you, CT. How you doing? And I'm also going to bring up Ken from The Ugly Truth. And here we go. And here comes Ken. Good morning, Ken. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. We're all pretty excited. We're all happy after yesterday's happenings. So a lot of things happened that were positive. The Yankees won. The Red Sox lost the 3-game series to the Tigers. And now the Toronto Blue Jays are behind us by 3.5 games, which, by the way, with all the junk that's gone on with losing these individual games, the Yankees still are tied for the biggest lead in any division, and that's pretty good. So we're going to get started. So CT, I know you have some bullet points. We start off with you, and then and then anything directed to Ken, and we'll get going. Go ahead.
Before you start, I want to give a shout out to Nitin Ramachandra for hopping in the stream. Thank you. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
He's a good guy. I like him.
Okay,
he's been instrumental in getting people, interviews with people and stuff on different channels, which is awesome. He's a good guy. But I'll get to my
good morning to you, and a nice cup of coffee for you there, big guy.
Oh, yep. There's Nathan. Hey, give me a second. Hello there. Okay, I'll get to my bullet points. I'll try not to make this too long, but give me a second. Well, last night, Judge had 2 hits, that big homer, to take the lead. His batting average is up to 412 right now. Unbelievable. I still think he's got a real good shot at the Triple Crown. Last night, Bellinger got only 1 hit, but he continued his 10-game winning streak or hitting streak. His average is up to 229. He started, left end of April. He was only at 182. So it's a nice improvement. Still needs to get going a little more, but that's nice to see. And a lot of people haven't talked about that Bellinger's got a 10-game hitting streak going on. And then Goldie with that off-the-bench home run last night, coming in for Escara. That was huge. That was huge. When I watched the rerun, I couldn't believe the first pitch thrown to him right out of there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And, Bevo Rice each had 1 hit. Rice is batting 259 right now. And then shockingly, DJ got a walk and he got a hit. I blew me away. Just kidding. I couldn't believe he actually got a hit, though. I'm not expecting much. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he makes me eat my words, because I've been pretty negative on DJ. But I like DJ. It's just been tough to watch him, struggle. But he got 5 inning pitched out of a Warren, 2-run ball. His ERA's down to 4.61. He had 9 Ks. What 2 nice starts in a row. I hope he can keep that up. And you can't say enough about Weaver. The 15 pitches, 12 of them were strikes, 3 Ks, and got a .45 ERA right now. He's only given up 1 run this season. So, and I think Weaver looked a lot better after some rest. I think we were overusing him a little bit there. So, and luckily this game didn't go into extra innings, because we were terrible in extra innings. But Yankees nine hits, but we didn't get going until the 6th inning, and it was pretty rare that we score after the 6th inning this year. So that was nice to see us actually score after the 6th inning. So, but Castillo gave us run for our money there. He pitched very well last night. He pitched 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 walks, 6 Ks, 1 earned run. And, kept the Yankees pretty quiet, and he made us look a little silly there early on in the game. But, we got one thing to remember is the Yanks are only 4-9 in 1-run games. So it was nice to win last night like that. So, then we had last night too. Last thing I'll say is we had 15 Ks our Yankees pitchers threw last night, 15 strikeouts. That's always a nice thing to see. So, and then on to the Mets series, where we got Rodon game 1, Schmidt game 3, but there's no one listed yet for game 2 as a starter for the Yankees. So
yeah, I have a feeling it might be Yarborough.
That's what I was thinking.
I think they want to do lefties against the Mets.
That's I agree.
To me. So I just want to say one thing, CT. Pretty cool. Desiree had mentioned what she was doing, and when I saw the word cigarettes, I said, "Cigarettes, come on now, that's enough." And she says, "Well, how about telling CT to stop?" Well, you know what? You got your wish. Stop smoking on the stream. No smoking. That's it. If it's not good enough for the people, it's not good enough for anybody that's on with me. So, all right, you got your wish, Desiree. I did what you told me.
But I'm still smoking, so it's not my house.
I can always knock you off. That's all. I'd like to say good morning to Jason, Castulio. How you doing? And the Merc Man, how you doing? How's everything? Thank you guys for joining us. I really appreciate it. As you can see, we're a big family. We're a family here, and we go back and forth. But the most important is I want to see everybody healthy. And I'm sorry, I have never smoked in my life. I don't believe in it. I don't like it. I don't smell it. I don't know what it's like, and I don't want to know what it's like. All I know is it does nothing but harm people. Unless you have this thing with, I don't know, they say you could have pot or whatever for emergency. I don't know. I don't believe in any of that crap. You keep your body clean. Now, nothing against anybody. I totally understand. I'm just saying on my own. We have enough things going on in our lives. We don't need to feed more. And so that's the last I'm going to say about that. But anyway, and like I said, if you need to smoke, you can. John, good morning. How are you guys doing? Thanks for coming on. And Desiree said, hold on a second. Let me put this on. I can't help it. Six and Kufu go together like peas and carrots. Okay, all right. Hey, listen. As long as you stay healthy, I don't care. I don't care. I just want each and every one of you to be healthy. Come on the stream. You want to see more world championships? Let's do it. And I appreciate that. So go ahead, Ken.
I want to give some shout outs to folks that have jumped in the stream. Jason Custudio. I see John the Beagle Dad, Merc So Saucy. So thank you for supporting the stream. Appreciate you being here. I'm going to be the negative Nancy here. The thing that continues to concern me about the Yankees is our performance as hitters against Tier 1 pitchers. We saw one with Wu in Game 2, and he amply handled us. Yesterday's game, Castillo did a fantastic job against us. He basically tied us up too. The one thing, the plus that I see is we have been able to get to quality bullpens. I'm not understanding the correlation. For instance, Munoz, their closer, in game 2, he had been 13 for 14 in save attempts, and we got to him, and he blew the save. We ended up going into extra innings, and of course, we lost because we play like doo doo in extra inning games on the road. We're like 2 and freaking 200. But yesterday, Big Paul G shows up as a pinch hitter. First at bat, he enabled Aaron Judge to be able to be the hero and get the big banger. But if Paul G doesn't do what he does, who knows what happens? We probably end up in extra innings.
What a signing he's been. So far, he's delivered more than I thought we would see out of him.
Where's the Cashman bashes? Where are they?
Yeah,
we do.
They can't admit they were wrong.
CT, you did say that there wasn't a Saturday announcement for pitchers. There is.
Oh, okay.
On Friday, the matchup is supposed to be McGill versus Rodon.
Yeah.
On Saturday, it's supposed to be Canning versus Schmidt.
Okay.
And on Sunday, it's supposed to be Peterson against Freed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not really understanding that move because that puts Freed pitching on 4 days rust, so he's short on rust. So,
well, that's going to show you that this series, the Yankees have. It means a lot. You know, after the beating they took last year, they don't want to be embarrassed again, and they're going to go every which way. And they're not saying it out loud, but you could read between the lines. And I think the Yankees want to, put the best foot forward, and they're going to do that. Anybody, one of you
here's another info note for you. Aaron Boone put out that Jazz Chisholm has started to take some swings off the tee and has begun working out, and they're thinking that he's going to be back quicker than the initial 6-week estimate.
Well, right now I'll welcome that. We need his spunk. I'm not, maybe he'll calm down on his swing, but I definitely welcome that 100%, and it makes us a lineup a little stronger. And now you say you have that problem. My problem is Anthony Volpe. Like I've been saying, nothing against the guy, but he should not be batting fifth. He's not a fifth place hitter. He's not a sixth place hitter. He's either 8 or 9. Take the pressure off the kid. He's still better than anything we have down there. I mean, come on, guys. Wake up. Wake up with this.
Volpe in his sixth place shot hit a double, which Dominguez drove in.
Ken, come on. So maybe 1 out of 10? So you're going to go with what? I mean, you're a major league player, Ken. You're going to get a hit.
So who are you going to put up there? Wells, who can't find water from a boat?
Dominguez,
you're going to put up.
Dominguez has got to be ahead of Volpe, especially against the right-handed pitcher. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Maybe you have a case against a lefty, but a righty. There's no way that Volpe should be hitting ahead of Dominguez, and you guys know that. And I think everybody in the chat and in the world would back me up on that.
Well, I tend to think that they're trying to anchor the top and bottom as opposed to last year when after you hit batter number 4, there was no chance in hell that we were going to score any runs. It'd be a freaking miracle if we actually got people on base. And they're trying to avoid that. And you saw that exact same scenario play out in the extra inning loss that we had. Once we passed the top, we were screwed. There was no chance that those guys were going to be able to drive in runs. And I think that's why they're trying to org the lineup like they are, is to give Dominguez Dominguez is a solid hitter. so he can anchor the bottom half of the lineup.
Yeah, but again, for every 10 times that Volpe comes up in the clutch, all right, they say that you fail 7 out of 10, but his 7 out of 10 are very crucial, and they got to try something. You've tried it; it's not working all that well. Like I said, if you're up 5 times in a game, you're a major leaguer. You should get a hit. You should. You shouldn't be going 0 for 10. And against the righty, no way in hell that Volpe should be ahead of Dominguez. That is outright wrong. And I'll stick to it. And you watch. It always manages to find Volpe in the clutch. It's unbelievable. There's always that one guy you just can't hide in the lineup.
If Volpe is down in the 8th spot, that moment's going to happen there when he's hitting 8. If he's in the 6th spot, it's going to happen when he's hitting 6. I don't give a damn where he's at. The clutch is going to come to him because he has that voodoo curse.
He doesn't. It's not. But at least there's less pressure than hitting behind a Goldschmidt or any one of those guys. Eventually, you're going to have Giancarlo Stanton, and that's got to push him down. You cannot tell me that this guy's going to bat 5th when you bring in Giancarlo Stanton and you have Paul G in the lineup and Chisholm and all. He better be batting 8. He better be batting 8. Because what's the use?
I mean, honestly, you look at the construction of the lineup. The one thing that the Yankees are enamored with is left, right, like the freaking military. They're marching.
Yeah, yes.
Very true.
And I think that's part of the inlay in which Volpe keeps ending up where he's at is because of the left-right change. You can shake your head, but I can tell you why it's happening.
Yeah, but it makes you want to win or you want to play games.
And honestly, if you look at the numbers, Volpe is hitting 240 on the season. Dominguez is hitting 240 on the season. They're dead even.
I'll take my chances with a left-handed 240 than of Dominguez than the 240. That 240 is murky. I'm sorry, and no offense, Merck, but that is not a heavy 240. Dominguez is a heavy 240 because he's coming on, and this guy's been in and out of the lineup, so you have to give him a pass. Volpe has played every freaking inning in the universe, and he's batting that. So what is that telling you? We've seen 3 years of Volpe, the same crap all the time.
All right, I'm going to tell you some side-by-side stats. Volpe's played in 42 games. Dominguez has played in 36. They both have a 240 average. When it comes to OBP, Volpe is at 335. Dominguez is at 329. Volpe's better. When it comes to slug,
they're so close.
No. Volpe is at 435. Dominguez is at 432.
Yeah.
Volpe's better.
Yeah. Close stats. That's interesting.
When it comes to the home run count, Volpe has 6. Dominguez has 5. Volpe's better. Every stat that you put with your argument for Dominguez being ahead of
give me
Volpe.
The at-bats. Can I have the at-bats? How many at-bats has Volpe had and how many has Dominguez had?
I don't have that one right now. I can look it up, though. OPS, Volpe 770, Dominguez 761. Every metric that you look at, on paper, Volpe is a better hitter.
No way.
I'm telling you. No, here's your number. Numbers don't lie.
That's all they want. But there is no way this guy should be batting 5th. I'm sorry. And another thing that's driving me crazy with this team is Ben Rice. Does he have to swing at the first pitch every freaking at bat? Could you wait on a pitch? My God, especially with a new pitcher coming in, he does jack nothing. when he swings at the
That
first pitch.
that is Ben Rice, and that's something that needs to change. But he is not the only one. There
Well,
are a lot of Yankees that swing at first pitch, and I'll tell you another notorious one is Paul G. Paul G does it a lot. He ambushes a lot of first pitches because he is anticipating a fastball coming over the plate so that the pitcher can get ahead in the count and start throwing that breaking bullshit.
Yeah, listen. All I'm saying is the best Yankee. Listen. I would like to see the construction. I know it's maybe 3 weeks away or something like that, but I like to see what they're going to do with Giancarlo Stanton. Let's dissect it a couple of minutes, guys.
Well, hold on a sec. Just one sec. I want to answer this. Can you bring the comment up from Jason Custodio? How about the error with DJ? I cannot believe that DJ actually got the error on that play. Freaking Warren broke late and didn't make it to the bag on time. Rice was out of position. So when DJ threw it, anticipating that there should have been a body standing on the bag, what happens? He nails the runner with the ball. And then the runner, as he's going past the bag, he hits a brick wall on Rice and ends up getting pancaked.
And I blame the Yankee coaches for that because they don't believe in practice before the game. They don't believe in anything. All they believe in is trying to put the ball over the goddamn fence.
That's my fear with Jazz coming back.
You're going to be okay for the regular season, but what does it come down to? The playoffs. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Do the fundamentals. I don't care if you're making $500 million. If you got to run to first base, run to first base.
Well, that's the
point. Base.
That was the point being before we went into the other discussion is the need to work. Like Rice is not an everyday first baseman. Him being out of position shows that he needs work in the field. They need to start working those type of reps so that it doesn't bite us in the butt later in the season or in the postseason where it's important. And
100%.
I don't know about you, but me from a pitcher's perspective, breaking from the mound to first base is beat in like an instinct. There is absolutely no excuse unless you're fat and slow that a pitcher should not be able to make it to first base.
I agree with you. But it's not instilled to them. Why? Why is this not instilled to them?
Thanks for showing, Desiree.
Yeah.
Take care of business.
Well, yeah. Whatever you're doing, be careful, Desiree, and hopefully you come back to us. Great. Otherwise, we'll probably see you tomorrow. Hopefully, but be careful out there and enjoy your day. The other thing that again, the Yankees are actually proving right now that Ben Rice has no position. What are they going to do? And they're showing it, and they put him a little bit in catcher, which he's not a catcher. Forget that idea. Forget it. He's got no arm. Absolutely no arm. I don't want to hear it.
I don't think the Yankees actually have a catcher that's on the roster that has an arm.
No.
Well, he's in AAA right now, but everybody disputes me. Oh,
well, I'm not disputing you. I'm not disputing you. I'm saying on our active 26-man roster, none of those three guys has an arm. The other complaint that I have is all three catchers are left-handed hitters, and that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
I agree. So
I was going to ask you that this morning, Ken, about the arms with our catchers. That was funny that you had brought it up.
The one thing that really bothers me also, Ken, and I'm sure it will bother you, why did the Yankees just say, here, Mets, take Torrance? Torrance was always a good defensive catcher. And my God, you see the BBs that he throws?
Do you watch any of the Mets games?
Yes.
He's got like a 60% gun rate on runners.
Right.
Against the Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll, one of the fastest players in the league, got caught stealing twice by Torrance.
Well, that's my point. We got jack nothing for him. They said, okay, Mets here. I mean, what the hell was that? I want to
Well,
hear Cashman's brainiac idea of giving Luis Torrens to the Mets, just like that. I want to hear it. Why didn't he give him the other bozo catcher that we had? No, you give this guy who's a great defensive catcher and throws BBs out, to second base. No, but we keep weak arms. I mean, come on. That will, don't be surprised. Torrens has a big hit. Thank you, Cashman. My hat's up to you. It'll be up to you. Stephen B., welcome to Good Morning.
Yes,
Hope you had your morning brew, and I'm glad that you're joining the chat. As you know, we're discussing the Yankee floors right now. How about we shift gears and let's talk about something good? And that's going to start out with Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, I don't want to hear it. There's no doubt in my mind he is, at least from March all the way up to October 1st, he is the greatest player on the planet. And I will not, don't tell me about Ohtani, that he could pitch, he could do. I don't want to hear it.
Ohtani hasn't pitched this year.
Right. Nope. They're still they're getting desperate. They just lost another pitcher to the IL, so they're getting desperate. But
their new toy rookie Sasaki.
Right.
Yeah.
He just went on
with the shoulder thing, and he's probably gone for 2 to 3 months. So congratulations on spending a boatload of money on another broke dick pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, come on. So,
and the Yankee fans who were screaming and shouting for Sasaki, what was the first thing that I said when they was talking about it? Japanese pitchers do not interpret well here in the U.S. and always take serious injuries within the first 3 seasons of being here.
Yep.
Every single one of them.
With the exception of Tanaka, who played through hell.
Well, he had a partial UCL tear, so he had the injury. And if he subscribed to normal procedures, he would have undergone Tommy John surgery after the first season here in the Bronx.
Yes, definitely. But he was a calling card for the Yankees.
And because those pitchers are used to playing once a week, they're used to throwing a lighter ball, and the rigors of an actual major league schedule is hard on them. And I don't think that they're suited when they first get over here.
Carlos Nevares was traded to the Red Sox for international money, Joe. That catcher you were asking about. Well, I'm talking about Jesus Rodriguez in AAA, Stephen. I'm not talking – I know. That's another thing. Do the Yankees just like to give away catchers? I mean, international money? What the heck?
The one that we sent down to Miami was the strongest arm that we had in the farm system, or even at the major league level, with regard to throwing runners out at second.
Yes.
Very true.
Yes, that's true. Shout out to Sean Browning. How you doing, big guy? Hope all is well. Thanks for joining the stream. I hope everybody is getting ready for this weekend. I know it's the talk of the town, although it's really the Knicks right now. But they had I figured they were going to lose last night, and they're going to win it in Madison Square Garden in front of their fans to give them joy. Those things sometimes you look at it and say, I don't know, more money. But I'll tell you one thing, though. If they squeak by the Knicks for Game 6, they're doomed.
Yeah.
They are doomed. They are not winning Game 7 over there. They're not winning Game 7. So if the Knicks are going to do anything, Saturday the next game, I believe, is Saturday, or is it Sunday, guys? I'm not sure, but I'm sure it'll be on ABC. It's probably going to be Sunday.
Friday. No, Friday.
It is going to be Friday. My God, you got Yankees, Mets, and Knicks and Celtics.
Yeah.
That's gonna be oh my God, the Manhattan is gonna be rocking, man. You got 34th Street, 25,000 people outside, 20,000 in the arena, 45,000 in Yankee Stadium. So you're definitely gonna have Manhattan rocking. And I don't want to be there if the Knicks lose that game.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there if they win that game. But like I said yesterday, I am very impressed the way the people are conducting themselves. And it's what else is cool? I didn't see it this time, but I saw it last year. While that's all going on the side, I believe it's on 37th Street and 8th Avenue. There comes a bus, and this bus comes out, and they bring out a basketball net, and they let everybody take a shot, a foul shot, and all of that. It's a lot of fun, and I think that's cool. And anybody that takes a shot, they get a free Nick hat or Nick T-shirt. I think that's very cool for the fans. So whoever thought of that, that's a very, very good idea, very nice idea to get the fans also involved. But there's a lot going on in New York. It's an exciting time, and hey, this is it. My thing is going back now to the Subway Series, and is you got to hold one guy, and I mean, of course, it's Soto, but you got to worry about Mr. Alonso because he hits very well in Yankee Stadium, very well. And and of course, sneaky Lindor. You have to keep him on. I mean, that guy, one pitch, and it's 1-0. The same thing could be said with Trent Grisham, but if you're going to put a betting odds, Lindor is going to go put up a one spot before Grisham. But stranger things have happened. So if you keep Lindor, I mean, the first three obviously are going to be the menace. If we can do that. And not have all three always come up at the same inning, I think the Yankees will be okay. And we really need Rondon tomorrow to step it up, keep you calm, keep you cool. And I think he knows how important it is for the organization and their psyche that they could beat this team because they're 0-4 in the last 4, and we got to get back in that W column. Anybody agree with me with that?
Yeah. Well, last year when we started having trouble last year, it all started with that Mets series. It felt like all of a sudden that's when all of our struggles and all of our issues became very apparent was in that series, and other teams I think totally saw what was going on.
You know what? That series was bullshit, both of them, because that was the beginning of the injury train for us. So we played them at half-strength squad.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're not looking at that, Ken. They're going to look and say the Mets beat the Yankees, period. They don't want to hear excuses. They don't want to hear nothing. Your team has a $300 million payroll, and we could say the same thing about the Mets. If the Yankees beat the Mets, well, I'll tell you what. The Yankees are in a situation that they can't win on talk, because if the Yankees win, they're supposed to win. If the Yankees lose, well, they shouldn't have lost. Not with those players. And you know what? I'm going to say a little bit of the same thing about the Mets, because the Mets have had a good season so far. They have a good roster, so they shouldn't lose. So if they lose, it's going to be shame on them. If they win, well, they had to win. So, I mean, you can't win. If you win, you lose. You lose in this type of series. Some people, it's more important than others. But for New York, there are a lot of people that they live, breathe the Subway Series, whether it's good or bad. I know Ken is against it. It's just another game, but that's the way it is, Ken. That's the way people are.
If you look at it, the Yankees are 25-18, 6-4 in the last 10. You look at the Mets, they're 28-16, 6-4 in the last 10. The teams are pretty much evenly matched up when it comes to records. I think we played a harder schedule than the Mets.
Yes, I agree.
With regard to our opponents. And our bullpen has had their heads in their ass for at least 5 losses that we've taken.
Yeah, but yeah, and I agree with that. But the problem is we got to go so early to the bullpen that they, of course they're going to be tired sooner or later. But now they're getting a little energy because the starting pitching's going a little bit longer, and we have a couple of days off. So, and in the Met case, the starting pitcher was doing very well, and then they go in. They lost AJ Minter, which is a big loss, but they're getting contributions from other guys. And Diaz, either he has it or he doesn't. There's no in between with him. It was like with Chapman. Either he had it or there was no in between. Like have a get out of an inning. He was either very good or very bad. No in between for that. So
the other stat comparison between the two teams is, and it's an important one, is run differential. The Mets are at a run differential of plus 65. So that means they score a boatload of freaking runs.
Mm-hmm.
The run differential for the Yankees this season is plus 81, which means we score a boatload plus more.
Well, the home runs, are doing it. The Mets are doing a lot of it with situational hitting.
Yeah,
They get a lot of base hits, first and third. They do, Ken. They play small ball because aside from Alonso, Soto, but I don't think he's going to be hitting 40 home runs this year. I think he'll have like maybe 30, 29, 31, something like that. But the Mets have situational hitting. Like, you get a guy like Jeff McNeil, you get Beatty, you have the catcher, Marte once in a while. Marte's not a home run hitter anymore, but he still gets those doubles. He gets the singles. And our guys half the time are just shooting for the fences. And that's the problem. It's situational against big power. And a lot of times, situational is better than big power. Yeah, once in a while, the Yankees will destroy and get 10, 15 runs, no question about it. But it's not every day. The last couple of days they squeaked by, and of course they won on a home run. And you put that into the extra innings, what do they do? What will they do? And thank God, there's no phantom runner in the playoffs. I wouldn't even watch a game anymore. Because it'd be ridiculous.
I hope they get rid of the ghost runner. I really do. This is I can't stand it. Or they need to change it. Keep the ghost runner at first. Don't have him at second, or don't have him start till the 12th or 13th inning. Something's got to change with that rule.
Another alarming fact here, guys. I follow very closely the minor leagues, and I got to tell you, this year, the AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre team is very weak. Very weak. We have a bunch of guys that are trying to get back to the major leagues that are not doing anything. They have some decent pitching, but as far as hitting, this is the weakest I've ever seen our AAA ball club in the past, I would say, almost 8 years. There's nothing there that you could say, maybe the first baseman, he might be able to he might be trade bait, and of course our catcher Rodriguez is the man. I just see him and my mouth is watering for this guy. This guy can do it all. He can hit.
Pereira's doing well down there.
Pereira's doing well, and I think he's nothing more than trade bait. I don't think he's going to come back. I think Cashman soured on him the first time he was there, and that's why you don't see him anymore. He was overmatched something fierce, and I don't think he wants to see him. He would have been up by now with at least some of the. We needed right-handed hitting. Why isn't this guy up? There's got to be a reason. Dominic Smith went over there. He's barely batting 210.
He's garbage.
Yeah. De Los Santos is batting like 220. They're trying to rescue these players, but then there's really not much there.
What about Mungaya?
What was that?
Mungaya.
Yeah, my guy is one that he did very well in spring training, but kind of figured he wasn't going to make it. The real players for the Yankees is Double A. There's no question about it, and they're even struggling this year. The Yankee, usually the minor leagues are, they're in first place or whatever. Now the second tier of the minors is coming up for Scranton Wilkes-Barre, so we'll see. I mean, they are a 500 club, but that's about it. They are not. They are. It's very disheartening. But in a whole, the Yankees do have some very good players that are coming up, and Lombard Jr. of course is a testament to that. But he's not ready. He is not ready, and I'm really concerned that with AAA, they have. I mean, at least these other teams, they have people to fall back on. What do we have? Dominic Smith at this point? I mean, it's kind of scary. So they have to look at the waiver wire. They have to look at the trades. And whose fault is this? It was the trades of Juan Soto and all of that. And somehow they got to build. They got to build up AAA. They got to build up the farm system, guys. Because I'm even starting to believe that these so-called experts are saying the Yankees are 15th. Some even said, I even saw one that they said they were 23rd.
We're
So
28th.
28.
According to Baseball America, and they're the foremost experts with regard to ranking teams. We're 28th, but their contributory note is that a lot of the people that were in the top 100 are now sitting on our major league roster, and the ones that we have that are at the high end of their listings are sitting at Double A or lower.
Right. Yeah. No. You're right. You're right about that. And then we do have a couple of guys that are hurt, like Clayton Beater, the left-handed, also the left-handed pitcher that went down for Tommy John. I mean, so there are people that are out, and pretty soon the Yanks are going to be bringing up Loizaga, which I am so looking forward to. What a relief that's going to be on hopefully, a guy like Weaver and even Williams for that matter. We do need another arm, but I take my hat off to people like Leiter Jr. He's held the fort. Tim Hill is not as good as he was last year, but he is serviceable. He is doing okay. So a lot of these guys are doing what we need done. Thank God. Otherwise, forget it. Where would we be? Really, where would this team be? So, it's an interesting thought, but I guess all eyes again is going to be now after this weekend. Are we still home, or do the? I think that we are, right? We're still home.
We're at home. We're off on Monday, and Texas is coming to town.
Texas, and now they're a team you could talk about that. Nobody expected them to be the way they are right now. They thought they were off and running, and they were the perfect team. One of the ones that were going to come out fighting, and they're not exactly bulldozing anything, and they've had some pitching problems and all of that, and I'm very surprised. And
they're only 2 games over 500.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. Guys, just switching gears a little bit. What team has surprised you in the positive, and what team has surprised you in the negative so far in Major League Baseball?
I'd say I'm kind of, not surprised, but, Tigers look pretty good right now. And,
Tigers are a good team, guys.
Tigers look good. And the Cubs, I'm not surprised once again, but, I would say, I don't know. I'm curious what Ken says.
The plus surprise is probably San Francisco. They have been playing some tough ball this year. They've never really been able to attract the big free agents, but they did sign Willie Adames, who has put some punch and definitely a a guy that can contact with plus defense in there as a shortstop. He's done a great job. Their pitching staff, their rotation is actually a lot better than I thought they were going to be.
I agree.
And they're sitting third in their division, but they're 25-19. Geez, that sounds familiar. That's damn near our record.
Right.
So they surprised me as far as achieving more than I thought that they would, because I figured that they were going to be fourth or I know why they're going to be fifth in that damn division. Not with the Rockies there.
Oh, the Rockies are just pathetic. That's pathetic, and that worries me when the Yankees go there. They're pathetic, but the Yankees. Yeah, every team goes up for them, and they always find a way to screw it up over there. So they don't play that great in Colorado.
We play to the level of the competition that we're playing against. That's how we got our asses beat by the Reds last year, swept.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the teams that we should have been feasting on last year during our slump, we ended up losing to. So I'm hoping that that's not a trend. Yeah. And the team that I'm probably the most surprised about in the negative fashion is the Orioles.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in Oriole ownership, because when they had the two billionaires buy it from the previous owner, there was hope that they were going to invest in the club, bring in some quality free agents. They let their ace, Corbin Burns, walk. Didn't even make a contract offer to him.
Nope.
He ends up signing with a small market team in Arizona. Their big bat, Santander, is now sitting in Toronto, a division opponent.
Yep.
Didn't want to fight for him. Mullins was a free agent, and he's the one that they brought back on a cheap contract because nobody believed in Mullins' skill set. But he's a pain in the ass to the Yankees.
That whole team is.
The big signings for them were Tyler O'Neill from the Red Sox,
right.
outstanding speed guy, outstanding glove guy. Problem he's had in his entire career has been able to stay on the field. He's injured, and our favorite New York Yankee ex-catcher, Gary Sanchez. Those were the two big signings that they had, and they're getting beat about the head and shoulders like a drum. Their record is 15-26. They're 9 games out, and they're on a 2-8 losing streak. There is no chance in hell that I would have thought that they would be that bad.
Right.
Especially,
but don't count them out. Don't it's too easy to count them out.
I'm not counting them out, but the preseason evaluations had them over the top of us.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, they looked at us and said, "No Soto. What's going to happen?" That's what it was. Oh, they signed a has-been. They did this. They did that.
I don't know, Joe, if you remember last year's analytics for the season return. Most of the quote-unquote experts had the Yankees winning 74 games.
Yep.
Yes.
We were supposed to end up under 500.
Right.
Which hasn't happened since, what, 1980?
Early 80s.
1980, they were in the playoffs.
Remember, early 80s, though.
81.
Yeah.
I know one of the early
series, 82.
I know one of the early 80 years we didn't finish 500, and that was the last time that shit happened.
No, 1990. They were the Pits.
That's right.
Yep, 90.
They were the Pits. That team was the young Yankees, Oscar Zokar, and this one and that one. Yeah, okay.
They had the pedophile on that team.
They had Melito Perez. They had, they just had junk after junk. But
no, the dude he's in prison. He was shacked up with a 15-year-old or some crap like that.
Yep.
And you could say the same. Who's gotten in trouble? Chad Curtis has gotten in trouble. John Wetland has gotten in trouble. Chuck Knobloch's gotten in trouble. They had some. Then they had who was the Ruben Rivera stealing from Derek Jeter's locker, and it admitted that. And they quickly traded him to the Padres. So we've had some winners, but we've also had some really good players. I mean, in those days, the Yankees got players that just made no sense. No sense. I mean, they were competing for the to get in the playoffs. They pick up an old Lance Berkman. I think he got one hit in the playoffs, and he got a double, and that was about it. That was his claim to fame. There are a lot of listen. Cashman is an excellent GM. We're not taking that away from him, but he's very good in the bullpen. He's not great in pitching, and he's not great in filling in the holes. Homer Bush was the last guy I believe that he got that you can honestly say, my God, what a great backup player he was. Whenever you put that guy in, he scored. Shane Spencer, another one, was pretty good for a little time being. But Cashman's real big thing to this team is getting all of these relief pitchers. That's his claim to fame with the Yankees. Because Hal does a nice job with trying to get the big guns like a Max Fried, somebody like that. And if we all know, and I think this, guys, Cashman wasn't too keen on being a big Aaron Judge fan, and that was all Hal. Cashman, if it were up to Cashman, I honestly believe Judge would not be a Yankee today. He'd be on the Giants. There were a lot of speculation that he washed his hands with that negotiation, or Hal said, I'm taking care of it, which he did while he was in Italy. So that goes to show you the confidence that he did. And he also, if you remember, he drove Derek Jeter crazy. Derek Jeter was one step away from, I think, signing either with the Red Sox or whoever. And the devastating thing is if he would have signed with the Mets. And he let that go. And Jeter has not forgotten that. That will not be forgotten. And I think that's one of the reasons why Jeter, he keeps his distance from the team. And he just doesn't, that it was a nasty negotiation, his last contract. And you can't let that go by. And let's see what happens. I mean, hopefully they've all learned their lesson and they move forward. But guys, we are getting an hour into the stream. You guys have bullet points? Ken, you want to talk about you have the show later?
Yeah. We have at 10:15 a review of the Seattle series with an open panel. That's at 10:15 today. Tomorrow at 1:30, we're going to have the preview of the Mets-Yankees series. Tune in for that for some love and excitement. And for the weekend series with the Mets, Joe and I will be calling at least two of the games.
Cool.
For first and third games. The second game, Joe may not be available. I'll probably end up calling it myself on Yankees: The Ugly Truth, and I think I'm calling the game on Friday as well on Yankees: The Ugly Truth. Joe, are you going to host pre-games on those?
Yes, I will do. I will do the pregame, and we'll start it more than likely around 5:30ish or 6. I'll put a short out there sometime tonight, and let everybody know, and we'll dissect as much as we can, and we will do a post game, 100% post game on that also after the stream. So whether it's on your stream or my stream, we will talk about it because even though you're on the air for 3 hours, this is what the fans want, the Yankees and the Mets, and it doesn't come every day, so we might as well take advantage of it and have fun with it, dissect it. Rather we win or lose, we'll be there for everyone to dissect the game and go from there. So
So that's an important reason to be subscribed to NY Yankees Mania and Yankees The Ugly Truth. Make sure when you're subscribed that you hit the notification so that you know when we're going on air, because you don't want to miss any of this good content that we've got out there for y'all.
And I'm gonna be riled up, guys. Every Yankee home run, every Yankee hit, every Yankee strikeout, and you might want to put your volume on a little bit lower because I am going to be leashed out, and our good luck charm is going to be on. I make sure I got 3 light bulbs. Make sure that everything is good, and I'm doing that for real, Bill, because he wants it on. He wants that.
Bill wants that light.
He wants that light. So,
Sean, Sean, what is the good luck Ken for?
Probably for your stream.
Oh, okay. Luck to you, Real Bill, on your drones lecture.
Yeah. Let's see.
He meant Bill. Okay.
Yeah.
He meant Bill. Yeah. Well, folks, I got to run. I got a lecture on the drone. Okay, great. Good luck. I hope you have a good lecture. I hope everything works out. And I will put out a short. If there's any news throughout the day, guys, we may have a stream later. Never know who's going to come on. I will let you guys know. So we may do something because it's a dead day and there's nothing going on. So let's see what happens. I will give you plenty of notice. So don't automatically think we're not doing anything later, because we might. And I will let you know on it. I wish I can give you a definite, but I can't right now, but I will. And that's why what Ken said, press that notifications. As you see on the bottom of the screen, press the like button and subscribe to NY Yankee Mania, and you will not miss any news. And trust me, with the slow day today and off, we are going to watch for all the news. We're going to stay on top of everything. And if it's big, we are definitely coming on again. But even if it's small, any roster move, you'll know about it as soon as possible. CT is going to be on it. Ken is going to be on it. I'm going to be on it. Who knows, in California, Mr. Jonathan will be on it if he hears anything from there. So
Hope he's having a good vacation.
I do too. I think he's back Sunday, he said.
I think that's what he said.
A few days, yeah. Well, I hope he enjoys. He deserves it. He does a lot of great work for all the contractors here, and and I appreciate it. So guys, let's give our last statements before we end the stream. CT, go ahead.
Oh, I'm excited for this Mets series. I really am. I think this is going to be some good baseball. But I think I left in somebody's comments last night. I just hope that our fans can behave to a certain extent, because I can see some stupidity from fans.
You know they're going to have extra security tomorrow, no question.
I just hope we can all kind of act like adults here and enjoy some baseball.
Yeah, but right field is going to be nuts. I was reading an article that the strategy maybe from the bleacher creatures is to totally ignore him. They will give big prompts to Judge, of course, and Paul G and everybody else. And the thing is, I'm curious his first time up. And well, I mean, even the announcements, they're probably when Paul Olden is making the announcements before the game, I guarantee you, Yes is going to chime into that, or you can rest assured you'll see it on the internet. but I'm very, very, very curious how they're going to. I think it's going to be a stun, like I don't know, like yay, and then boo, and they're going to boo like crazy. They're gonna light up if he strikes out. I don't even want to say if he hits a home run, and we don't want to see that. Definitely not. If the Yankees are winning 12-0, you want to hit a home run, God bless. But don't do it when it's 0-0, please. But Rodon, I know, has trouble against Lindor, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he is with Soto. But you know what? You still got to do it between the lines. Last hurrah for you, Ken. Your final statement.
Well, we have a busy week coming up, or weekend coming up. We're going to be available for all of y'all. Want to see a good series played out. Don't want to see any injuries, and would like to think that our fans can behave. Personally, I'm not a huge anti-Soto person. I actually don't give a shit about Soto one way or another.
Me neither.
So I don't see the cause to be ejected from the stadium and banned for life for being stupid and throwing stuff on the field.
I agree.
Uncalled for, not necessary. It's a baseball game, and the
That's true.
people are humans.
I agree with you, Ken. 100%.
100% true. So you guys want to finish up with "Let's Go Yankees"? Your normal "Let's Go Yankees," Ken.
Let's go Yankees on our off day.
CT, both you guys, thanks for your good work. You guys,
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Ken.
you guys make the show so much better. I really appreciate it. We all appreciate it. In the chat tomorrow, guys, let's be a family, loving and not troll. If you're gonna troll, please keep it clean as usual. We don't tolerate that here. I don't want to diss anybody. I don't want to put them out. At least as a timeout. I don't want to do that. We can jump, we could scream, but just understand we might have young viewers, and we don't want to hear all the cursing or anything like that. So I would really appreciate. That's all I ask, and we'll have a great time. So basically, let's wait for Ken's The Ugly Truth show a little bit later on. And we'll be looking for that, and hopefully there might be some breaking news. Who knows? And I will keep you posted that we might come back a little bit later on, and because there's no Yankee stuff, and people want to hear something, so we may come back with a surprise or two. We will let you know. Look at the notifications. Make sure you subscribe. That's important. So with that in mind, everyone. We got a little over an hour, and we will get back on with you because Ken's Ugly Truth show is going to be on, and we were all looking forward to that. CT, I'm glad you're feeling great. You're feeling better. You look terrific.
Thanks.
Keep up the work, and whatever they tell you to do, please do. And we'll see you back here, maybe even later on this afternoon, guys.
Cool.
Have a great day. As I always say, love everyone, love everybody in your household. Always give thanks that we're here, we're healthy, and another day to see the bright day of the year. God bless America. God bless everyone here on the chat and around the world. You take care. Have a great, great day.